Hello, students. Good morning. The next topic is identity theft. Actually, the online identity theft is the theft of personal information in order to commit the fraud. Actually, it occurs when someone uses another person's personal information, such as name, Aadhaar number, or credit card number, or any other identifying information. So, to in order to commit the fraud or the other crime, actually it is occurs this identity theft. Actually, online identity theft is carried out through mix of actions. One is through phishing via your email account. Another one is stealing your online purchase information. And whenever you are purchasing anything, we are giving some personal details in that one. In that, for bank transactions, suppose if you are giving any credit card number or any other details, through that also they will take the details. So, the various kinds of fraud that can be committed by the identity theft are credit or debit card fraud, changing our personal information, financial fraud, that is bank or financial fraud, or any other fraud. So, to do any fraud activity, they are stealing our information. So, that we can call it as the identity, stealing our personal information. That we can call it as the identity theft. So, uh, what are all the identity theft frauds? One is credit or debit card frauds. So, actually, thieves may obtain the new card after blocking our original card or change our personal information by receiving the actually thieves may change our contact number for receiving the OTP from SMS. Usually, whenever you are doing any bank transaction, OTP is come to our mobile number only. So, they will change the mobile number means automatically the OTP will go to that particular person's mobile only. So, that one. Our bank or finance fraud means thieves may take loans from our account. That we can call it as a bank fraud. Other fraud means they may use our Aadhaar number to get variety of utilities. Nowadays, for each and everything, our Aadhaar number is very necessary. So, they may take our Aadhaar number for doing their fraud activities. Okay. So, how to protect this? One is protect the personal information. So, whenever we are working with the internet or whenever you are using any bank transaction or anything, so carefully you have to give the personal information. Before sharing your personal information, you have to think over that whether is it necessary to share this personal information to somebody else. It may be relative or friends, whoever it may be. Okay. And then the next another one technique we have to follow is we have to use unique ID to protect our devices and accounts. So, to protect our devices and accounts, what are all the steps we have to use? We have to avoid the names, address, and date of birth for login details. That is very important. And make password hard to guess. Don't give the same name or family names or like that. For while we are giving the passwords, use the lowercase, uppercase, numbers, special characters, everything you have to mix it up. You have to create a password. So, and you should not use the same password for multiple accounts. So, these are all the techniques we have to follow. And another one is biometric protection. Nowadays, in all the places, we are having the biometric protection we are having. So, actually, any metrics is related to human physical features. It may be voice or it may be hands, fingerprints, or retina, whatever it may be. Okay. So, in most of the places, we are using the fingerprint logging and face detection also nowadays we are using. So, the biometric protection is also very important. But like other technologies, biometric can also be misused. Okay. So, you to avoid this, you have to make sure that not to overuse it and use only in the places where you are confident. Okay. Not in renewable places, you should not use that biometric also. Okay. These are all the protection against the identity theft. And then the next one is gender issue while teaching computer. So nowadays, if you are related to computer technology, some gender issues are there. Okay. Actually, the trend that mostly boys are opting for computer science than the girls. It has been continuing for years now. Uh, ba- so, under the representation of girls, one major issue. So, to that, first let us discuss about the gender issue at school level computer science education. First one is underrepresentation. Actually, a leading engineering institution of India has reported that they have taken one survey. In that, they have reported that 17% of girls only opting the computer science and engineering in the recent years. So, for that, there are many factors are there. One is preconceived notation notion, preconceived notion. Actually, boys are better at technical things, and girls are good at humanities, arts, etc. So girls must take up career keeping in mind. Then they have to raise the family. They must not take up the highly involvement careers, and teaching is the best option for girls. Like that, they have formed something. So that we can call it as a preconceived notion. So, in some places, parents are forcing the girl child to read to take this course like that. Parents are also forcing that one. So, that is the gender issue here, and lack of interest also. Mostly, boys are very interested in computers and playing games and everything and all than girls. Nowadays, girls are also having interest, but compared to boys, girls having less interest only. Then lack of motivation. So girls are pressurized to choose their career option. So parents are forcing like that, relatives are forcing like that. We are having some lack of motivation is there here, and lack of role models. So most of the computer science in computer science field, in technical field, mostly men have a major role in that. So girls these days have the less role models in the field of computer science. So TV, movies, advertisement, wherever, everywhere it is portrayed that the technical field like computer science are men's field. All these things influence the girls uh, psychologically, and they infer that CS is for boys and do not take that subject. And another one is lack of encouragement. So in some classes, only lesser number of girls will be there, so majority boys will be there. So while they are doing the practicals or anything, in some places, not in all places, some places they have the lack of encouragement also. And another one major one is not girl friendly environment. Okay. So in most of the places it has been observed that when in schools or work partners are chosen, boys prefer boys over girls. So for co-partner and all, they will prefer the boys alone. That means that's why I am telling not girl-friendly environment. Boys are not comfortable in situation where they are not playing active roles. Even if girls are given separate computers to work on, they are very shy of working actively. As per the study, the problems mentioned by the girls in computer room are like insufficient access time, insufficient peripherals available like that. So, contrary, the problems mentioned by boys, such as software not usable, limitation of software, like that only. So, that is the major difference here. So, what is the possible solution of this gender issue? So, there should be more initiative and programs and to encourage the girls to take up the computer science subject. Presently, there are many initiatives supported by the government also and run by many tech giants to encourage more girls to take up the computer science subject. And in CBSE board also, if it is a girl child, even the examination fees also less compared to the boy child. If it is a single girl child, means they are giving importance. Nowadays, we are having so many places where we have overcome that one. Okay. Then the film and TV censor board should ensure fair representation of the female role models in TV, cinemas, etc. And in the same manner, in schools and all, or in colleges, in practical room, girls should be encouraged to more work on their own. If they completed any one small program, also we have to encourage that uh, girls to do betterment. Then disability, up to this we saw the uh, disabilities. Here, disability issue while teaching using computer. Okay. So, disability issue while teaching using computers means nowadays the education and promoting access of students with disabilities and impairments in the field of technology and the computer science have made today's classroom really diverse and inclusive. So nowadays we are having more disabilities, locomotor disability, that is polio, leprosy, like that. Hearing and speech disabilities are there. Cognitive impairment, that is dyslexia, like that. Vision impairment, low vision or blindness, like that. We are having so many disabilities. We are having nowadays. This type of students are also nowadays teachers are facing. So one is unavailability of teaching aid. So, students with different disabilities need different types of teaching aids. If it is a blindness, low vision student, or if it is hearing problem, means they are having different types of teaching aids and materials we require. For example, visually challenged students would want that they are the screen readers that could read the digital content to them. Similarly, hearing impaired students who would want more of visual input than oratory. Rather, oratory instruction should be available in sign language if it is possible. Students with locomotor disability can use virtual keyboards, joysticks, and programming editors. For low vision students, Braille keyboards, Braille monitors, and Braille printers are also nowadays available. So, these and the corresponding facility or teaching aid or material is there only, they can able to learn. Then lack of special needs teacher. So in this like the teaching aid or teaching material, the same manner teachers also necessary for a special children. For different types of special needs, if special needs teachers are available, disabled students get their needs addressed in right manner. There should be a teacher who know what type of hardware and what type of software or what type of tools they have to use for different, depending upon the different persons. There are many types of softwares nowadays available. Many software features and voice assistant nowadays we are having. And for example, Microsoft Narrator, Cortana, and Ubuntu Arco for voice assistant. Linux version, Linux for blind students. Accessibility features of Office software. Specialized editors for visually impaired students for typing the programs and all. Nowadays, we are having all those facilities. In the same manner, we are having some lack of curriculum also. Curriculum should be designed while keeping focus on inclusive education. There always should be possible alternatives keeping in mind special needs of the students. So, software and programs should be used so that the disabled students can easily work on that. So, nowadays, if you want to learn any Python, it will require the manual coding also for teaching purpose as well as for student purpose also. But nowadays there are so many webinars are conducted throughout the world. Nowadays during this lockdown period, so many webinars are conducted for teachers as well as for students also. Not only the specific Python language, artificial intelligence, or how to overcome the mental mm, uh, pressure, like that. So many webinars also nowadays we are having. Then possible solutions for disability issues. Actually, school must work out towards the towards making available the required teaching aids or teaching materials to fulfill the special needs of special children. Then there should be a proper budget allocated for buying this special materials or equipment for that. Then school must employ special needs of teachers, and they should also train the other teachers also how to interact with the special children. School must support the inclusive curriculum also. So these are all the possible solution for disabilities issues. So up to this topic is over. Actually, the entire chapters are starting from cyber safety. We saw so many issues, so many remedies, what are all the possible solution, everything we saw in this chapter. Up to this, the entire theory chapter is over. Then from next video onwards, again we'll continue the Python chapters. Clear? Thank you, children.